So joining me now on the James Show hotline, Scott Gates is a local watchdog and keeping an eye on the criminal justice system here in the Waco area. And there's a couple things I want to talk to you about today, Scott. First off, you have a Freedom of Information Act request that has been, it's the proper term, violated, but it's been recognized by some state officials and higher up. What's going on with that? Give me an update.
The newest one out today is, once again, for like the fourth or fifth time, the criminal district attorney of McLennan County has failed to comply with the Public Information Act. He just can't comply with the law.
Okay, but I saw it was recognized by the Attorney General of Texas. What's the next step? Is this guy going to get in trouble? What's going to happen?
We don't know. I don't know. The only time that the AG has ever said is that the DA is responsible for prosecuting violations. So I don't see Abel Reyna bringing charges against himself.
It seems like kind of an easy loophole to exploit, don't you think?
It does.
Okay, and, so what's your next step, though? You have a background in law enforcement. You're not just some regular schlub out there. You've been through this quite a bit. What's next for your plans, your master plan here?
Well, I think the system is designed to provide a grand jury system to address that. The grand jury system goes all the way back to the Magna Carta. It's been around for a long time. But the problem is in McLennan County, the district attorney also hijacked the grand jury and is now having them meet in a secure area of his office. Because, the area where they met for 110 years wasn't secure enough, I guess. I don't know. I remember when we had a sheriff who could actually guarantee the security of the courthouse. God knows we're spending thousands of dollars on courthouse security. So,
well, maybe we need to tap into someone else, an activist group or something that can take this ball and run with it. Because clearly, if Ken Paxton himself has put on paper that this looks like it needs some investigating, something went wrong here, maybe we could tap maybe the folks over at watchdog.org or the ACLU. We don't always see eye to eye with them, but they have been useful in some of these civil liberties and transparency issues. Are you thinking about that?
I'm not taking anything off the table right now. Like I said before, I'd be happy if he just get his act together and do his job. But
let's move to the other story I wanted to bring up with you today. And I saw you share this out on Facebook. And you know what? I actually saw the headline, but the story didn't interest me, so I didn't click through. But when you shared it, I'm like, all right, well, if it's got under Scott's skin, let me check it out. And it's the story of Aaron Slack, a 38-year-old from Moody. And he spent almost an extra year in jail because of the criminal justice system here in Waco. What happened with this guy?
Well, it's really funny that the same week that you and I were talking about that's his prosecutorial philosophy is to wear them down by leaving them in jail. Then this story comes up in the Waco Trib. Look at the historical perspective on this. In there is a quote that says, Judge Ralph Strother, who is a senior administrative judge in McLennan County, joked, it's a shame that Slack can't bank some of his time he spent languishing in jail in case he's in trouble again. So our district judge thinks that the criminal justice system in McLennan County is a joke. It's for entertainment purposes only. And there you have it. It's not just the district attorney. It's the district judges. And you say something bad about a district judge, that's really not in your best interest.
Well, let's go ahead and share the story with everyone else. Aaron Slack was arrested for methamphetamine, and it got reduced from the big charge to the misdemeanor attempted possession of methamphetamine. Here's the problem, though. He had been in jail for 704 days, and his sentence was 1 year in the county jail. So 365 minus 704 minus 365. He spent almost an extra year in jail that he shouldn't have spent. So that's what's got Scott upset. He shared it out. I found it, trying to share it with you and just let you know that this is happening. It's not a top story. I would think if I was at KCN TV or KWX TV that this would be a top story. Like, what the hell is going on that we're locking up people for just for an extra year? That's all. So does this happen all the time and fly under the radar, and I just hadn't seen it, and we need to be made aware of it? Does this happen all the time?
Yes, because, well, sure, the guy, the Zaharniak who murdered the lady in West was, I think he was under indictment for child molesting whenever he murdered her. He was under indictment.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. And that wasn't that in Whitney, or was that in West? That was
in West, in McLennan County. Yeah, he's still in McLennan County jail. What was that? That was well over a year ago that he was arrested. He's still sitting in jail. But the problem with the news media is all they have to do is pick up the phone and they say rocket docket, or we're going to hire a criminal associate judge, or we're going to have a criminal justice analyst. Basically, we're going to throw a bunch of money at it, and it never works. It just costs the taxpayers money, and it's feel good, spend money, sounds good. The news media reports it, and nothing changes.
Well, good work again, Scott Gates, on bringing some of this stuff to light. I really wish stories like Aaron Slack, the poor guy. I mean, and this is coming from someone who thinks drugs should be legal, and I mean all of them, like even the prescription drugs. I don't care. But even if you are in favor of drug laws and drug prohibition, you got to look at Aaron Slack's case and think certainly there's a better way of going about dealing with this societal issue of drugs than what Aaron Slack had to go through. And even if you are going to have these laws, certainly they can be adjudicated a little better with a little more respect to individual rights than we're seeing in McLennan County. I mean, this should be very upsetting. But hey, we got some more reality shows to watch, Scott.
That's it.
All right, what's next? What do you got your sights on now, or are you just going to tell me after your secrets unfurl?
No, there's still another complaint pending with the Travis County District Attorney's Office related to the same complaint that the AG ruled on today. So we'll see how that one comes out. Maybe they can actually do their job that the McLennan County DA can't.
Well, there he is. Scott Gates. He's your local civic watchdog and criminal justice crusader. Thanks again for taking some time for the James Show, Scott. Good luck.
Thank you.